Panther Nation, like to welcome you to our recording that you're going to hear before the game Friday. We are in downtown Maypearl, Lonestar Pizzeria, down here for our weekly coaches show. We are proud to have Coach D with us for the second time. Coach, if you're ready, we'll just get right into it. I'll open up my notes. First thing, are you in the fantasy football league with the other coaches? Is it all of you guys in the same fantasy football league?
Yeah, we kind of have a little fantasy league we have.
How's that going for your team so far?
Not well.
I heard Coach Rowe is the one to beat. Is that
Coach Rowe? He's getting after it for sure.
All right.
Coach Satterwhite having a tough time of it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's first year ever playing.
Yeah, it was his first year, but he made some good waiver pickups and went and picked up a bunch of guys, and everyone else's guys got hurt, so he's looking real good right now.
It's the year of the waiver, they say.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there a punishment for getting last in this league? Is there something crazy that we would want to know about?
No, it's just a friendly league, just to give us something else to talk about in the office, really.
Okay, no weird tattoos or shaving heads. Okay,
no, absolutely not.
Boy, that is a kindler, gentler league than I'm accustomed to. Here we go. Moving on. You said in your first show, in the outset of the season, first year with you at the helm, that your goal was to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Here we are weeks later. It's all on the line Friday night in Groesbeck. Has the approach or the preparation changed any, or is it still one foot in front of the other?
I'm a creature of habit, and we're just going to do what we feel is best we need to do to put our kids in the best positions to be successful. That's our jobs as coaches, and hopefully that our kids on Friday nights execute. And after the last 3 games before this last one, I told our kids after every game, what they want is right in front of us. I mean, it's staring us in the face, we did a pretty good job of securing a spot this past Friday. There is one scenario to where if we lose and it's by a certain amount of points, then it goes down to a coin flip between us, Mexia, and Groesbeck because we're all tied. But our kids have done a good job of just looking at it in the face and attacking.
I'm telling you, there that is. Okay, yeah. I do hear it loud. I don't know if that's going to work, but
it's just a little delayed. It's just a little delayed. We'll make it work.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so let me open my notes real quick. Sorry, guys.
The note folder. What other notes is in the?
I don't even know how to work this
note folder. That's what I want to know.
All right, here we go. Just going to go through, not trying to bring up bad memories, but, you lose Bucky Davis, you lose Texas Wyatt, right? You see other kids stepping up. You get used to Whit Ford out there making plays. Maverick Trinkle, all of a sudden they're gone. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the season, I would have never thought we would be talking about Rowan Joffre and this group of sophomores really that's really stepped up and by necessity through injury, a lot of it I'm sure, but man, it's got to make you happy about the future of the program and the fight in these kids.
Oh yeah, Rowan and even Colby Davis, they didn't play football for us in the past, and they decided they wanted to come join the program, and those kids have just worked hard every single day to be where they want to be, and we're super excited about the future, but we still got to be where our feet are and focus on the present and keep getting better day by day.
Right. And tell me, Seth Bates, I'm not familiar. Is he a kid that moved in, or?
No, he was here last year. He was on JV. One of our better skill kids. He was somebody out of necessity due to injuries that we moved up to play corner for us. He plays corner and receiver on JV, but he's done a really good job of learning his role, learning the defense, or the more advanced part of the defense on the varsity level. And he's just somebody that makes plays, right. And that's all we can ask him to do at this point.
Right. Yeah. You hate to obviously see the injuries, but man, to see this youth movement and them just kind of just picking up the flag and running with it definitely shows the spirit of the Panthers and their drive to win. You got anything for Coach Max? Or?
I'm listening to the playback in the headphones right now. To be honest with you.
No, I will say this. Rowan Joffre, he's a warrior. And I told him that. Me and him kind of sat together this morning a little bit after practice, and I'm like, to have surgery on a Thursday and play the very next day with doctor's approval is not what you would expect from most kids. But he just, before he even had the surgery, he told me he was going to tell the doctor, I'm either going to play without surgery or I'm going to get surgery and play. And so the doctor agreed, and the doctor said he was, kind of where the break is. He's protected really well with his cast and a padding and a wrap. So, he's one that's really stepped up and been really big for us. I'm super excited that he came to join us. And, same thing with Colby Davis. When we talked to him in the summer, he was one kid that I wanted to play, but I wasn't going to push him, because if you push a kid to play and then they just do it to appease you, they're not going to be fully bought in. Well, he said, Coach, I think I want to play receiver. And I said, all right, we'll treat you like Billy Teague last year. Play receiver, catch balls, score touchdowns, don't worry about defense. Well, we came to a point where we had a conversation. He was like, Coach, I'll play some defense if I need to. And that's just his competitive spirit and competitive nature in him. He led up the touchdown on Friday to start the game, and he was kind of down in the dumps, but he came back, scored a big kickoff return for us to get us back in the game, and then made a big play on defense, knocking down a ball when they had a pretty good receiver. So, those two kids right there, they're competitors, and that's what we need is competitors.
And I'm telling you, Coach, and I believe that that's possibly understated, because from up there watching that, you talked about Rowan had the mid on, 8 tackles, but let me tell you, he brought the wood on every one of those tackles. Yes. Now, I'm not saying anything about anybody, but that quarterback was sliding he would break off, and that tells me that somebody put a lick on him, and he wasn't so sure about running through there after that. And man, and you mentioned Colby Davis. I tell you, it's always a good time for a kickoff return. But to get one directly off of their kickoff return, they kind of suck the momentum away from us, and to come right back, I mean, it's just you couldn't ride it any better.
I tell our kids all the time, big time players make big time plays and big time moments, and both of those kids have made those throughout the season. Whether it's a big catch or a big tackle, a big stop. Rowan is not scared to go hit somebody, and Colby's not scared to go up and get the ball if needed. So he's done a really good job. Another kid that stepped up, from injury is Baron Camp. We brought him up varsity, a few weeks ago, and just really gave him a role of like, you're going to be on every special teams. We need to get some kids off the field during special teams time. We think you're a really good kid that can do that. He embraced that role, and then it was like, hey, we need you at inside backer playing some more. And, he did a really good job. He came in a lot during Grandview. He came in a lot this past week. He's learned both inside backer positions to where one kid needs a break, he can go in. Another kid needs a break, he can go in. So our youth is looking really good. It helps that, we're only graduating 8 seniors. Yep. And so you look at our junior and our sophomore class, and the kids that have stepped up has been really big for us.
I tell you what, that's the class that Max and I started coaching Pee Wee football here in Maypearl at. And, man, it's so awesome to see Baron Camp moved up, recovering fumbles, if I'm not mistaken.
Big time.
Just kind of being around the ball. And then Kason Lewis, somebody that's come back from injury. Again, just another sophomore. And that class is got a lot of talent.
They do have some talent, and we're excited about them. Kason's another kid who, if we need him to go in on defense, he can go in and play his role on offense. He didn't really have a role offensively, because he was coming back from injury and trying to get him caught up and all that. So we wanted him focused solely on defense. Well, during the Grandview game, he looked at me and said, "Put me in at running back and let me lead block." And he folded one of Grandview's kids to let Colin get into the end zone, and and that was big for us. So he's starting to gain more of a role in offense, running the ball more this last week, lead blocking. He's kind of a little bulldog where he ain't scared of physicality, and so getting him to back into playing shape where he can be in there more, where he understands more of the offense instead of just the little things that we're trying to get him really great at right now.
Right. And Coach, and you may forget, I know you're a busy man and got a lot of things to do, but if you can remember, get Barron and Kason and ask them how Barron knew which way to run the ball in 4th grade and their system and how they made it work. But
I definitely can do that.
We used to tease them about that a little bit. Barron, right and left kind of blended together. He wasn't sure which way to go. So.
He was a real type of kid, you know. Coach, whenever it comes to obviously the elephant kind of in the room, or I think the topic of conversation whenever we start talking about Coach D is your age, you know, young head coach, young athletic director, probably the first time in your career that you've been in charge of not only a whole football program, but a whole sports program as a whole, you know, that the athletics. Have we learned anything as far as preparation goes, as far as leadership goes, or we've found some things that maybe we like to do or maybe we don't like to do? And can you speak about the growth that you've had, you know, as a athletic professional and an athletic director, teaching professional, and
you know,
a lot of pressure for a young man, you know, at a young age.
I have some really good mentors, and one of my mentors gave me a really good advice, really good, you know, something to think about. He said being an athletic director is just being a head coach of a team, and you got to be able to put the right people in the right positions. And so when going through the hiring process, because we did have, you know, quite a bit of turnover, I focused on coaches that wanted to grow relationships with the kids, you know, that wanted to build young women and young men into adults when they graduate. And, you know, so, you know, being able to talk to other coaches, you know, maybe a conversation I had with them last year may not look the same as I have this year just because of that role, but everybody's done a pretty good job about, you know, understanding, I'm not going to say hierarchy, but understanding the level of responsibility and where I have to look through, what lens I have to look through when I'm not criticizing, but like, hey, maybe we need to do things this way. Maybe we need to communicate better. Maybe we need to do those things. So, you know, everything's a learning curve. You know, people ask me when I got the job, well, you think you're ready? I didn't think I was ready to be a dad, but here I am.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's just like kind of something you figure out as you go. And I talk to these other coaches in our district, you know, before every game, and they're asking me, man, how you doing? I said, man, I'm making it. And they're like, well, once you feel like you make it, you still got a lot to learn. And I'm like, you're right. But
it's every day,
you know, even the guys that have been doing it for a long time, they're still not perfect. So it's a learning process all the time. So I'm really excited about what we're doing with our athletic program, you know, getting kids more bought in, you know, really focusing on getting kids more bought in and bought into the weight room. You know, that's where it starts. You know, talking to Rowan this morning, I bring it up. You know, he said, you know, I just want to get bigger and stronger. He goes, I look at all these other schools we play, and they're bigger and stronger than us, but what they focused on when they were in middle school, he said, I wish I would have done the same thing.
It's a weight program,
is you know, starting our kids early and getting them to understand, like, you can't be playing catch up once you get into high school. You got to be pounding the weights early on, getting bigger, getting faster, so that way you're at the same level as all these other teams.
Yeah,
So,
I absolutely agree. Don't you, Jimmy?
Yes, I do. And again,
peanut butter and potatoes and steak.
Getting to know Coach D here. Obviously, we both graduated and played football around here. Do you have anything set up, like weight room wise, like a certain club to get to, a 1,500-pound club, or is that something part of the program? Or
we don't really focus on getting to like a club.
Right.
We kind of focus on trying to get to the top racks.
Right.
You know, we have racks in our weight room, and it's the heavier lifters at the front and, you know, the lighter lifters at the back, and that's how we station our groups. And so what we try and focus on is getting our kids, every time we max or every time we test, move up to the next rack. Try and get to that next rack.
On that.
And try and get to those closer racks,
right.
you know.
Right.
Because when you get to the closer racks, you have, you know, a little more aux cord. You know, you get to play the music. You know, you get to do those things. So, and being a small school, you know, you got to be able to build athletes and not bodybuilders, because like these two kids we have here tonight, they're going straight to basketball whenever our football season is over with. So if you just build bodybuilders, when they get to basketball, they're not going to be built for that.
Well, now you sound like an athletic director.
You just got to be able to build better athletes, and so we focus a lot on explosion. A lot of quick twitch muscles, but still moving a lot of weight.
Awesome.
I definitely think whenever I'm asked, and of course my opinion only means as much as Travis will let me say, But whenever I'm asked outside of this what I think about the direction that Maypearl's heading, or I see a lot of good things. I see a lot of great things, and I also, Coach D's young. His coaching staff's young. There's a lot of room to grow there, and I believe that you guys are, committed to that.
Oh, yeah.
But you take a young coaching staff, and then you put them in one of the toughest districts in 3A. You throw every football player that they have has had some sort of missed time injury.
30% of the whole program.
Of the whole program is that, some type of whether they, and I would say 60%, 70% of the program has missed time, whether it be just a quarter of a game or due to injuries, and so that guy's in a tough spot. But I think that they're most teams in you guys' spots, they go winless in a district like this.
Oh yeah. Well, you look at Grandview. That's who everyone wants to compare us to. Because they're right down the road. You look at West. That's who everybody wants. Coach Woodard and Coach Ebner have been there for a long time.
Well,
and when they first got there,
the Grandview thing is because we dominated. If there's anybody from Grandview, we dominated you guys for like 25 years. 25 years in a row. Okay.
And so when they first started there, it wasn't how they have it now. So being able to have this young staff and being able to be cohesive and be together for a long time, it's not going to be an immediate change. It's going to take time. It's going to be, 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the road to where we look like that. And so, that's what I'm working towards. That's what I'm building towards is being here for a long time for this community, for these kids. It's not fair to them if you look at the history of the head coaches, to have a new head coach, a new AD every 2 years.
No,
that's not what I'm here for.
And that's another factor that I throw into as well. I'm glad you brought that up. Whenever Maypearl football kind of gets brought up, not only it's not like this guy has inherited this program, and he's come up through the ranks, and this coach has been here for 10 years, and it's not any of that. This. The respect to the last coach and the coach before him, and I'm not saying bad about any of them, but it's been 1 to 2 years at a time, and what do you do?
You can't build a culture like that.
No,
and during
it's like a Baylor Baylor football team.
Yeah.
Come on,
it's hard to build a culture, and it's hard to get these kids to truly trust in the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have their trust, if you don't have them to be able to burn down a building or run through a wall for you, it's going to be hard to win games. And that's my focus, not just for football, for all of our sports. I didn't want to I didn't go and hire somebody for a 2-year stint. Like I tried to learn more about their background, what their goals are, and where they want to be in their career for a 4 or 5 year plan, for a 6-year plan, not just, hey, I'm making this stepping stone so I have some head coaching experience or offense, defensive coordinating experience or varsity experience to be able to jump to a big school. Now, life happens,
It does.
People have
Guys
kids,
get
people get married,
and,
they move. But, I focused on people that said they wanted to be here for a long time and wanted to see this through with me. And, I got young kids. I don't want to go anywhere. I was a coach's kid. I was at one high school my entire life. And so that's what I want to provide for my kids. And my youngest is 1. So Maypearl keeps me for 17 years. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Well, and Coach, the way I see it, obviously this year's team has a chance. They control their own destiny to get to the playoffs.
That's correct.
That will be settled in Groesbeck Friday night. We've spoke about the youth movement, this group of sophomores that's really plugging away. And I've gotten the opportunity to see some of the junior high games now, since they haven't been so far away. And man, I tell you, that 7th, 8th grade is loaded with talent. Me speaking, you would be a fool to want to leave and not see that through, because you've got dynamic playmakers all over the field
for sure.
Just, I tell you, as a Panther fan, the second biggest Panther fan in Maypearl, I really look forward to this year and the future of Panther football.
For sure.
So thank you for leading the program. And
Coach, thoughts, philosophies,
Any parting words you want to give to Panther Nation?
Be where our feet are. I told our kids last Friday, something that hit me when I saw it, God doesn't crown a man right away. He puts him through trials to see how strong he is, and that's what these kids have done. We took a really hard loss at Troy after being down and then having the opportunity to win it and then getting the field goal block, and then you look at the West game and the Whitney game and the Grandview game. He puts you through those things to be able to strengthen you and crown you when it's time, and so that's what we're focusing on, is just going day by day, being there, working hard, doing the small things extraordinary instead of doing one thing extraordinary once.
Awesome. Yeah, what's the old Tebow, man sharpens man as iron sharpens iron. I mean, accountability and putting the work in. It's great to hear, Coach. We're for sure looking forward, like I said, to this year, the end of this year, and moving forward. Man, what a fun group to watch. Also appreciate your young
it'd be
coaches.
Fun to come do some basketball games.
What's that?
As well, we are talking to the athletic director, so it'd be fun maybe to come announce some basketball games for Ellis County sports. I mean, we don't know anything about basketball, but we can call out the numbers. It'd be easier for you to see too, Jimmy. We're right there close to them. I wouldn't constantly have to be telling you what number this kid was and what number that kid was. And
that gym is a petri dish
have to be
in
mad
the winter
at
during
Travis about sitting
basketball.
on top of the press boxes. We could have our own little. There would be no expectations. Just call them.
Now, before we let you go, Coach, he brought up something. Let's talk about elevator on the press box with air AC, okay, and a little spread of sandwiches.
Hey, help us pass a bond, help us build a new stadium. That'd be great.
Right,
that's
right. I put my vote in, so I promise you that.
So.
But, yeah. Anyway, so if you're a good coach, we appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
We're going to go through some sponsors, and then we'll call up. Does it matter who comes first? All right. We will. We'll start with Rowan. If you want to come on up.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I'm telling you, the press box is needing a couple extra stories. Yeah, a little.
Just something. Take a seat, young man.
Come on. Rowan Joffre? Okay. I had an old roster. Are you a sophomore? Yes. Okay. Man, Rowan, just a few questions here for you.
Oh,
you want to restart? All right, Panther Nation. We are here with Panther sophomore Rowan Joffre. Rowan, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football for a year. This is my first year.
A first year to play football?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Boy, does that change everywhere where I was going here? Because, man, I'm telling you what, Friday night, 8 tackles, 1 pass breakup. We were talking about it with Coach. All these injuries, with the secondary and all this, and all of a sudden I look up, and I mean, you're laying the wood to these folks. It was great to see. I would have never guessed you've only played football for 1 year.
Yes, sir. I mean, with all the injuries, I really had to step up. And at the beginning of the year, I struggled a little bit, but the coaches did a good job with me. And
awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Yep, first year to play football. Did not have that in my note.
Whenever you line, so you've seen, obviously, you're from Texas.
Yes, sir.
So you've seen kids play football. I'm sure you've probably had some friends that played football growing up. And so did you always just decide, hey, whenever I get into high school, I will play varsity football, or was it maybe your friends? Did Coach D? How did you decide that you wanted to come be a Maypearl Panther?
It was kind of a combination of the coaches convincing me to, and I had some buddies on the team. Brody Fisher convinced me to.
Peer pressure, I love it. I love it. Get them all.
Peer pressure into a positive thing,
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love it, so.
Right.
And so what did you think the first, do kids even do 2 days nowadays? They just do 1 workout a day, right, now?
Y'all do
Summer
2
workout,
days.
as far as.
We do before school and after school.
Okay. So what did you think the first time the shoulder pads and the helmet went on, and give us your first initial thoughts about that?
I mean, it's kind of nerve-wracking at the start because, I mean, I'm not the biggest guy out there, but, I mean, just got to do your job and not be scared to hit.
Well, I will vouch for you, Rowan Joffre, to everyone. This kid has picked it up fast and really stepped up. Man, it's really a pleasure to watch you out there. We wish you further success throughout the year. And do you mind explaining? I know you wear the mitt. What is this, a thumb fracture?
Yes, sir. I broke a bone.
Okay.
I think it's like a capillary bone or something in my thumb.
My goodness. And tougher than a boot. We appreciate you, Rowan. All right, brother. We'll go through some sponsors, and then we'll call up Colby. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, all right.
Hey, hold on. Favorite part of the game. What's your favorite part of the game of football?
Getting tackles.
Rowan Joffre, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for him in the years to come. You're going to stay. You're going to play football next year and
Yes,
in
sir.
your senior year. And God willing, the creeks don't rise. Another Maypearl great, right?
I got one more.
Go ahead.
How well do you know our locker room correspondent, Caleb DeGeest?
Caleb, I know him well.
Fairly well.
Okay.
Fairly well. Yeah.
Watch that guy, man.
Yeah.
Watch that guy.
Yeah. Watch it.
Caleb.
You never know. So, all right, we're going to go through our sponsors, and we're going to call up Colby
Oh, they're rushing
Davis.
us off the stage. What is this thing? The Grammys?
Obviously, Lone Star
ahead, young
Pizzeria. I'd like to thank Lone Star Pizzeria for having us out, the Lynches, and thank you for all that you do. Folks that are listening to this, all 7 of y'all on Friday, come down to Lone Star Pizzeria. Mention Jimmy and Max sent you. They're probably going to charge you a couple extra dollars for that, but it'll be worth it. Then we've got Zoll Hay Farms.
Oh, you tell them that.
Zach
you
and
tell them
Geneva
that
out
me and
at
you
Zoll
sent them,
Hay
they'll be
Farms.
wanting to-
What's that?
You tell them, if you tell them me and you sent them, they'll probably get them to pay for a lost order that we forgot to pay for one time.
Maybe. I don't know where
We
the
got
extra
tabs
money's
all
going.
over this town. man.
Anyway, so Zach and Geneva out at Zoll Hay Farms, I'd like to thank those guys for their sponsorship of our program, as well as C1 Vet Services. C1 Vet Services, Dr. Camp and staff out there. You need a vet at your house, call C1 Vet Services. And as always, remember, if you call and Nikki answers, just hang up and call back until you get a hold of Dr. Camp or one of his staff, okay? And lastly, Chambers Creek Bar and Grill. I'd like to thank Kevin West and family out at Chambers Creek Bar and Grill for their
Home of the Baja Burrito.
the Baja Burrito. Yes, that is
Hey,
in fact. All right.
Listen, speak. Hold
Nation.
on. I think I need to. I got to speak on. So this is actually the first time that I have ever had a sub at Lone Star
Okay.
Pizzeria. First time. I haven't had a bite of it yet. It looks phenomenal. Always just kind of went with, wings and.
Coach D's eyeing it.
Two things I've never had here: salad and a sub. And I went sub today. And
Salad or a
it looks delicious. But on to Kobe. You've got some questions for him,
All right.
Mr. Davis here.
Panther Nation, without further ado, we've got Colby Davis joining us. First thing, Colby, what grade are you in this year?
I'm a junior this year.
You're a junior this year. Colby, how long have you been playing football?
This is my first year playing high school football, and then I played in 6th and 7th grade.
Okay. Could you tell us some of your best memories from playing 5th and 6th grade Pee Wee football for J.J. Coleman?
Yeah, he was a character.
Okay.
A character's a. Oh, hey, you've had some media training, hadn't you?
Yeah.
That's a
He
great
would,
way
he would,
to.
make
That's
us
a great
run a
way to
lot. That was,
describe.
that was the one thing I'll remember about him.
Right.
And then he would kind of get in our face a little bit, but it was all good coaching.
Right. Well, again, just giving you an opportunity to roast old Coach JJ like we like to do on this program. He was actually supposed to be
No
up
show
here
Coleman
tonight.
is what I call him.
What's that?
No show Coleman strikes again.
No show Coleman strikes again. All right. Continuing on here, man. It seemed like Friday night was a coming out party for Colby Davis. I mean, we were talking with Coach. They return a kickoff for a touchdown. You immediately answer with your touchdown. I don't know that you could have timed that any better. Tell us going through your mind, how do you feel getting more comfortable with the game?
Yeah, so I didn't start that game off too great, so I kind of had some motivation going out on that kickoff. And then, I just felt like I owed it to my teammates to make up the plays that I messed up in the start.
There you go. Man, it's great to hear. again, we were talking about another in Colby Davis, just a junior. I mean, he's got another year to come back. He's got another year to get bigger, faster, stronger. Man, the future for this program looks good. And obviously, juniors like you and Colin Brooks, among others, to anchor that is going to be very important. So Friday night, you get a chance, control your own destiny, to earn a shot into the UIL playoffs against Groesbeck. Man, any words, anything you see in film, anything that you
I feel
looking
like
forward to Friday?
I feel like we owe it to the seniors to get to that playoff game. And then, you know, last year it was the same team that we played. Nobody thought that we would win that game, and then we went and won it. So it's anybody's game once you get to the playoffs.
Awesome. For those that don't know, again, Colby Davis had the kickoff return, also had a catch for 34 yards on Friday night. I was looking through the stats before the show, Colby, and I don't know if y'all look at them there at the deal, but you've had one touchdown reception, 6 receptions from the list that I saw, but what stood out to me is an average yard per catch of 20 yards, and so it seems like they're settled on having you as a deep threat when that's an option for you. So definitely look forward to seeing great things for the rest of this year as well as next season.
Yeah, I want to know what it's like being back at the game of football, especially, you know, you go from not playing from 7th grade all the way to your junior year in this varsity. I'm sure the game has vastly improved as far as what the defenses are trying to do and what the offenses are trying to do, the skill set of everybody, the athleticism and the explosiveness of everybody that you're playing against. So how long did it take you to get adjusted to having played since 7th grade? Now I'm a starting member of this offense and a viable
The first couple of
option.
games were kind of difficult, but, you know, after that I started easing back into it, and I was able to, like, get off press coverage and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, with the help of Coach Rowe and Coach Satterwhite, they really helped me get back into it.
Yeah. Colby, are you a film nerd? Do you spend any time in the film room? And
I'll study film sometimes, like, and in my spare time in classes, me and Daniel will watch film together.
against for your opponent or for how you can get better?
A little bit of
personally
both.
or both? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's such a different game nowadays with the huddle, and you can literally watch your game
Oh,
film
I know. Yeah,
on your phone. So that must be awesome there. Are you got anything else for Colby, Max, or?
Yeah, I think I just have the same kind of questions that I had, for Mr. Joffre right before we let him offset. I mean, what's your favorite things about the game of football, and where do you hope it takes you? Also, I want to know what your 40 is. What's your 40?
The quickest one I ran was like a 4.7.
4.7?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a little faster now. We need to get some laser timers maybe in Maypearl High
I've
School.
backpedaled 4.7.
Yeah.
In my day. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Coach D, were you running the stopwatch whenever you gave this kid a 4.7? Because he may be a 4.5 kid, really, honestly.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Colby, it's been a lot of fun. I do enjoy. Seems like you've been more or less the safety blanket, and then the second the check down option for Colin Brooks and also for Chapman whenever he was playing quarterback. I kind of wanted to ask, from your perspective, how that change and that style of quarterback kind of affected y'all's gameplay at the wide receiver position as well, because it didn't seem like your usage kind of went down or went up any, it just kind of seemed like you stayed the same and Tristan Brooks as well, but
so we were kind of used to both of them throwing to us in practice, and over summer we got work with both of them, so it wasn't too hard to transfer whenever like one of them will go in, one of them will go out, because we're used to both of them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, a lot of respect for your game, man.
Thank you.
I think you do a great job in getting prepared. I think you do a great job in concentration in the moment. And don't let them lie to you. You're not a 4.7 kid. You got to be a 4.5. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We appreciate Colby Davis, Varsity Panther, for coming and joining us. Folks, let me remind you again before Colby leaves, our Panthers are fighting for a spot in the playoffs. We need everybody there, loud and proud, Friday night. Let's pack the stands. Hey, let's, this is what it's all about, a chip in a chair. And as Bill Parcells would say, once you get in the tournament, you just don't know what could happen, right? So we appreciate you, Colby, and thank you, sir. Good luck Friday.
Thank you, man. Yeah, once you get in the tournament, they can't call you losers.
No, you're in the tournament.
Yeah,
So
they can't call you
when the
losers.
big tuna, yeah.
Yeah.
Travis, you got anything else that we need to go over?
Coach?
Anybody want to step up? And
Anybody want to
talk
be on
some
camera?
football?
Y'all done with wardrobe? And
all I want to know about is the Coaches Fantasy Football League.
What's up?
The Coaches Fantasy Football League.
you all right now?
Yeah, okay, fill me in. The Coaches Fantasy Football League. We're going to get an update here.
Okay.
All right,
We got the 1 seed. Is this the 1 seed here?
let me see. Oh, Coach Rowe back.
You don't remember Coach Rowe?
Is it same Coach Rowe?
Well, they do it so sporadically now. They
Yeah.
don't. If it was a weekly thing like we wanted, they would. We would have these guys' names. It's not your fault. You're old,
Yeah.
and you know how old people are whenever they don't see.
Did you
see
beat
somebody.
Satterwhite?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Or
That's great.
let me check. I'll check for you. I'll check
Yeah, let's get
We'll
the.
get you a gumball.
the verdict.
You cannot play on my phone. Go sit down. Go sit down with Brittany. Hey, you just did that on camera for everybody to see. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. This is my 3-year-old daughter, Briar.
Well,
Okay, Briar, go.
we folks that don't know,
Thank
in
you.
Panther
Coach
Nation.
Satterwhite did get me. He did get me.
Oh, he got you.
He got me.
oh,
Coach Satterwhite did get me.
Yeah, well, we were just talking with Coach Rowe here, and word on the street is he kind of runs that Coaches Fantasy Football League, so we definitely wanted to get an update. And who's this coach?
Coach Davis.
Coach
He's the
Davis.
running backs coach.
What's that?
He's the running backs coach.
Awesome. Boy, he's seen them come and go this year, hasn't he?
Yes, sir.
My goodness, that's got to be tough.
Yes, sir.
Again, your special teams come out with a big play this week. I thought about you when he broke off.
They want you to pull your mic down. Production wants you to pull your mic. There you go. I think we're good.
Yep.
That didn't come from Heather Fales either. That came from
Our real producer.
our real producer.
That lets
yeah.
us know about sound quality.
Exactly.
Well, Coach Rowe, we appreciate you coming and joining us. Max, you got anything for special teams, district special teams coach of the year?
Coach, are you getting any attention for the level of kicker that you have, or
With Scoon?
back there with Scoon? And
Yeah, he's great, man.
how do you feel about? I want to know about how you feel. I feel like I hadn't seen you in 2 or 3 weeks. So I guess it has been 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, he's kicked
how
a
do you-
bunch of them since then.
So you, I guess you go out last week. You do get a kick return. You do get a kick returned on you.
Yeah.
But then you turn around and return a kick. Okay. It's not every day that
Offsetting kick returns.
It's not. It's not every day that a special teams unit like that gets to go out and redeem themselves, right? And so, how special does that feel, especially as a special? I know that you're probably not a special teams coordinator by trade, but being a special teams coordinator this year on this team, how does that feel being able to kind of reset the momentum or change the ball game like that on the special teams side of the ball?
Yeah, I think it's always great, man. It was good to just see how they, obviously, they return one on us. You can let that affect you, or you can go back and answer. And I think when you have a guy like Colby Davis in the back and Tristan Brooks in the back,
No joke, yeah.
it's kind of like, well,
Right.
we'll put the ball in their hands. We'll see what
pick
happens.
your poison, absolutely.
Right.
And I think we give, I'll give a shout out to all the other ones up front blocking. They can't do without the ones up there blocking.
Right.
So they did a great job of just. I remember getting in the huddle and I looked at all their eyes and they were just like, let's go answer. I was like, okay.
Right.
And they wouldn't answer.
Obviously you went into the game needing to win at home against Mexia and then on the road in Groesbeck. Man, was that something that y'all relayed with the players and pushed that, hey, we got to give it our all this last 2 weeks to give ourselves a chance? Has that been something you'll really focus on, or kind of just trying to I guess, fill in for injured players and patchwork like you have.
Yeah.
If you can go through that.
I think a big thing for us, man, is we just wanted to just be ourselves. We wanted to go do the style of football that we play and that we know that we can do. So with that being, just our guys being resilient every week and doing those things every week. And I think they came out and answered like we were supposed to do. And, I think they see they're starting to reap the sowing of what we've worked so hard to do.
Right. And I'm telling you, we've watched this team all year. When it seems like it's different faces, but still with an opportunity to go places, and
Yes,
that would
sir.
be the UIL state playoff. So, like to thank Coach Rowe for joining us, and I wish you continued luck in high school football as well as your fantasy football league.
Thank you,
So,
sir. Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
We
It's always
appreciate
a
it,
blast.
sir.
Always a fun time.
All right.
Sorry, man. I had to.
No, you're
Hey,
good.
if anybody out there needs their kids disciplined, I'm your guy. I discipline
All right.
mine.
Y'all have a great night.
We do give
Travis, are we
spankings
going to
around
wrap
here,
it up?
you know what I
Or?
mean?
All right. Oh, and here's
Two
our
producers in the
producer.
building tonight. That's crazy.
Our executive producer, Heather Fells, has shown up. Come get on camera, Heather. Yep.
Yeah,
Come
come
on.
on.
Put on
Yep.
this headset. Tell me how clear you can hear us.
Exactly.
All right. Big Grayton. All right, guys, Panther Nation, again, I can't stress it enough, we're going to Groesbeck. We've got a shot at the state playoffs. Be there, be loud, be proud. We'll see you there in
Briar?
Groesbeck.
You want to give them a Go Panthers real quick? Yeah. Okay, give them one right here.
Go Panthers!
There you go. Go Panthers. Go Big Red.
Oh, wait.
See you in Groesbeck.